Congressman Khanna, he serves on the House Oversight Committee. This is going to come across your desk very soon, if it hasn't already, Congressman. This 13-hour search of the president's Wilmington home over the weekend. And I think many other people thought that they were running out of places to search, but apparently they haven't. And the fact that some of these documents were from the president's time as a senator, I mean, that's more than 14 years ago. That is a long time to hang on to documents that you're not supposed to have in the first place.
Well, look, I mean, those documents shouldn't have been there. When I look at classified information, being on the House Armed Services Committee, I go to a SCIF and I have to give over my phone, and I'm not allowed to take any documents outside of the SCIF. So I really don't understand how those documents got into a personal residence, and we do need answers on that. But the good news is that the president is fully cooperating and fully open to having the Justice Department find all the facts.
He may be fully cooperating, but he's also really downplaying this. Listen to what the president said about it, and then listen to what your colleague from the Senate, Joe Manchin, said.
I think you're going to find there's nothing there. I have no regrets. I'm following what the lawyers have told me they want me to do. It's exactly what we're doing. There's no there.
Well, I think he should have a lot of regrets.
Joe Manchin said, I think that the president should have a lot of regrets. Do you want to add your voice here, Congressman?
Well, I hope we could get this out of partisanship. Why can't we have a process to make sure that classified documents aren't removed from the executive branch, no matter who the president is, and that there is a process to make sure that no senator or congressman is removing these. Now, obviously, no one can defend having classified documents sitting at a Penn Center or a personal residence, and I believe the president will acknowledge that that was a mistake. But character is acknowledging mistakes, being forthcoming and honest, and I think the American people will judge him based on if he's fully cooperating and if he's fully honest. And if he is, I think they will respect that.
I'm curious. You said, I hope that we could get away from partisanship with this after what Joe Manchin said. Do you believe what he said was partisan?
Well, I'm saying that, you have the Republican committees wanting to investigate President Biden, but they were silent.
Shouldn't this be investigated?
But they were silent when the same thing happened with President Trump. I didn't hear
they also didn't control
my good friend James Comer or others. They were the ranking member. I didn't hear them saying that there should be investigation. So my point is, instead of personalizing this, why don't we have a reform that whoever the president is, whoever the vice president is, they should not be removing classified information. There should be a place they need to go in the SCIF or Situation Room to view that information.
Now, I was just curious as to why you went down that path, because nothing we've done so far would have seemed to indicate that anybody was personalizing anything. Let me ask you this question, because here's what the president said the day after he was inaugurated in 2021. Listen here.
The Vice President Harris and I and our entire administration will always be honest and transparent with you about both the good news and the bad.
It'll be the most transparent administration ever. I mean, we've heard that before. But what about the president's pledge? There doesn't seem to be a tremendous amount of transparency going on here.
Oh, look, President Obama had an incredibly ethical and transparent administration, not a single special prosecutor or independent counsel appointed. And President Biden, I think, inherited that. Now, this is an unfortunate incident. I mean, no one is going to defend the idea that classified documents were found in the Penn Center or his personal residence. But what will mark transparency is if they're fully transparent, honest, and cooperating. And I believe that the lawyers have cooperated with the Justice Department, and we will get a full public accounting of what happened.
Congressman, what about the potential connections with China here and the tens of millions of dollars that China gave to the University of Pennsylvania at the same time these classified documents were sitting in the Penn Biden Center?
Well, we need to look at that. We need to know what the facts are. Who was the money coming from? Was it coming from private individuals? Was it coming from people with ties to the Chinese Communist Party? What was the purpose of the funding? Was it connected in any way to the Penn Center? I mean, we can't just have two facts out there without a deeper investigation of all the facts. But if you're asking, should all the facts come out? Of course they should.
I want to ask you quickly, just at the end here, about something that you're writing extensively about, and that is that you want to wean the United States off of relying on Japan to do all our manufacturing, therefore level out the trade imbalance and return America to its former glory as a manufacturing power. in the world. What do you say to American companies who are willing to overlook China's human rights abuses just to save a buck?
John, we made a colossal mistake in this country. We shipped our jobs to China. The trade deficit used to be about 60 billion. It's grown to almost 400 billion. Industry after industry left, steel, aluminum, paper. We need to bring that industry back. We need to reduce the trade deficit. And what I say to American companies is we will invest in you if you invest here, or there should be tariffs on the dumping of goods, and we should not be allowing companies to go send our jobs to China just for lower wage jobs and having human rights abuses and less environmental standards.